Odesa, perched on the edge of the Black Sea, is often called the Pearl of the Black Sea for its breathtaking architecture, lively spirit, and rich vibrant culture that pulses through every street and square. Founded by Catherine the Great in the late 18th century, Odesa was envisioned as Ukraine's grand gateway to the wider world. Its elegant boulevards, the magnificent opera house, and the iconic Potemkin stairs were all designed to impress visitors and locals alike, reflecting the city's ambition and cosmopolitan flair. The city's cosmopolitan spirit is woven from centuries of trade, migration, and a unique blend of cultures: Greek, Jewish, Russian, Ukrainian, and more. This diversity makes history feel alive in Odesa's bustling markets, lively neighborhoods, and the stories told on every corner. Before the 2022 invasion, Odesa thrived as Ukraine's third-largest city, a dynamic metropolis and a hub of commerce, art, and innovation. Its streets buzzed with energy, from trendy cafes and art galleries to lively festivals and a thriving nightlife. The port of Odesa, the largest in Ukraine, has always been the city's economic engine. It connects Ukraine to global markets, driving trade and shaping Odesa's outward-looking international identity. The port's activity has long been a symbol of the city's prosperity and openness. Odesa's historic center, with its elegant facades and tree-lined streets, is now a UNESCO World Heritage Site, a testament to its universal value, architectural beauty, and deep cultural significance for Ukraine and the world. The city has long inspired artists, writers, and musicians, and is famous for its unique sense of humor and resilience. Odesa embodies a vision of a modern European Ukraine, creative, open-minded, and unbreakable in spirit. Now, on Christmas Eve 2025, Odesa's spirit is being tested as air raid sirens echo through the night, replacing laughter, and missile strikes leave scars on its historic beauty. The city's people endure, holding on to hope even as they shelter from attacks. The city that was built as a window to the world now finds itself at the center of a Russian campaign determined to slam that window shut, threatening Odesa's future and its vital role in Ukraine's connection to the outside world. The fight for Odesa is about far more than territory. It's about Ukraine's economic survival, its lifeline to the world, and the very future of the nation's independence and identity. To truly understand Russia's focus on Odesa is to understand the broader aims of this war, a struggle not just for land, but for the soul and destiny of Ukraine itself. In recent weeks, Odesa has faced a relentless escalation of Russian attacks, swarms of drones and missiles targeting the city and its vital infrastructure. The frequency and intensity of these assaults have left residents on edge, as air raid sirens echo through the night and explosions light up the sky. Each new wave of attacks brings fresh destruction, testing the resolve of both civilians and emergency responders. Massive overnight strikes have hit more than a dozen regions, with Odesa bearing the brunt as Ukrainian air defenses scramble to intercept threats. Firefighters and emergency crews work tirelessly through the darkness, racing to save lives and contain fires sparked by falling debris. The city's defenders are stretched thin, but their determination remains unbroken. On December 23rd, a Russian strike hit a civilian cargo ship in Odesa's port, sending a chilling message to the world. The attack not only damaged critical infrastructure but also underscored the vulnerability of those who keep Ukraine's trade routes alive. Days earlier, attacks on the port of Pivdeni destroyed storage tanks and killed workers, while a separate missile strike left dozens dead or wounded. The human toll is mounting, and the scars left behind are both physical and emotional. Russia's campaign is precise, targeting the infrastructure that keeps Ukraine's economy alive: ports, bridges, and energy facilities. Each strike is designed to cripple the flow of goods, fuel, and electricity, threatening the livelihoods of millions. The Dniester River Bridge, a vital logistics route, has been struck repeatedly, severing Odesa's lifelines by land and sea. Disrupted supply chains mean shortages of food, medicine, and essential goods for the region. These attacks are calculated to paralyze the region and terrorize civilians, plunging hundreds of thousands into darkness as winter tightens its grip. Families huddle in shelters, uncertain when the next strike will come, while emergency services struggle to restore basic services. The loss of power and heat has become a weapon of war, turning homes into cold shelters under constant threat. For many in Odesa, daily life has become a battle for survival, as the city endures one of its darkest winters in recent memory. The Kremlin's focus on Odesa is part of a larger strategy to cut Ukraine off from the sea and cripple its economy. By blockading and destroying coastal infrastructure, Russia aims to sever Ukraine's main artery for foreign trade. This is economic warfare, retaliation for Ukraine's naval successes against Russia's shadow fleet, which funds Moscow's war machine. After Ukrainian drones struck Russian oil tankers, Putin vowed to deny Ukraine access to the sea, and the attacks on Odesa are the fulfillment of that threat. Russia's strikes are also psychological, aiming to create chaos and despair by targeting energy, fuel, and food supplies during winter. The ultimate goal: to erode Ukrainian resolve and force Kiev to concede. Controlling Odesa would give Russia dominance over the Black Sea coast, landlocking Ukraine and destabilizing the region. Odesa is the beating heart of Ukraine's economy, its largest port and primary gateway for trade. Before the war, over 70% of Ukrainian exports flowed through Black Sea ports, with Odesa at the center. Ukraine's grain feeds millions worldwide, and Odesa is the main conduit for these exports. When Russia blockaded the ports, it triggered a global food crisis. Reopening them was vital for Ukraine and the world. Odesa's ports are also crucial for imports, especially fuel needed for the military and daily life. Recent attacks on the Dniester Bridge highlight Ukraine's vulnerability, as Russia tries to choke both imports and exports. If Odesa's port infrastructure is destroyed, Ukraine's economy would collapse, exports would halt, businesses would fail, and the cost of rebuilding would be immense. The battle for Odesa's ports is a battle for Ukraine's economic survival. Without Odesa, Ukraine's ability to fund its defense and rebuild would be crippled. Behind the headlines, the people of Odesa endure the war's harshest realities. Every air raid siren is a reminder of danger. Missile strikes have turned homes into ruins and stolen lives. The psychological toll is immense. Families live in constant fear, and a peaceful night's sleep is rare. Attacks on energy infrastructure have left the city in darkness and cold, with no light, heat, or running water for days. Businesses close, daily life halts, and the most vulnerable suffer most. The destruction of port facilities means lost jobs and growing financial desperation for thousands. Yet Odesa's resilience shines through. The Christmas market reopened, volunteers clear rubble, and neighbors help each other survive. The city's spirit endures, refusing to be broken by war. This resilience is Odesa's ultimate defense, a testament to the will to persevere. Amidst adversity, hope and solidarity keep the city alive. The Black Sea has become a theater of asymmetric naval warfare, where traditional power is being challenged by new and unexpected tactics. With Ukraine turning to innovation in the face of Russia's superior fleet, the conflict has entered a phase defined by creativity and resilience. Ukraine's explosive-laden naval drones have struck Russian warships and commercial vessels, inflicting damage that was once thought impossible for a smaller navy. These bold attacks are leveling the playing field at sea, forcing Russia to adapt to a new kind of threat. Recent drone attacks on Russia's shadow fleet, tankers carrying sanctioned oil, have disrupted Moscow's war economy, sending shockwaves through global energy markets. In retaliation, Russia has responded by targeting commercial vessels linked to Ukraine, escalating the risks for all ships in the region. This has made the Black Sea a high-risk zone for international shipping, with insurance rates soaring and trade routes shifting. The tit-for-tat escalation has turned the sea into a dangerous free-fire zone, where every vessel is a potential target. Civilian sailors now find themselves caught in the crossfire, facing uncertainty and fear on every voyage. This new phase of conflict shows how technology and agility can challenge a larger military power, rewriting the rules of engagement at sea. For Ukraine, naval drones are a critical tool for both defense and offense, offering a way to strike back and protect vital interests. For Russia, the response is to punish Ukraine's trade and intimidate its partners, hoping to maintain dominance in the region. The Black Sea is now a dynamic battlefield, with shifting alliances and constant threats shaping every decision. In this new era, the rules of war are being rewritten, and the outcome remains uncertain for all who sail these contested waters. The world is watching as Russia targets Odesa and Ukraine's economic lifelines. Leaders across Europe and North America have condemned the strikes, warning of the threat to European security. NATO has increased support, with neighboring countries like Poland scrambling jets to defend their airspace. The risk of direct confrontation grows with every missile that nears NATO borders. Allies are providing advanced air defenses and economic aid to help Ukraine withstand the pressure. Yet, war fatigue and political divisions threaten the unity of the international response. Russia seeks to exploit any hesitation, making strong statements from world leaders crucial. The support Ukraine receives is a lifeline, but many argue it's still not enough. The stakes are clear: national sovereignty, international law, and the security of Europe itself. Even as fighting rages, quiet diplomatic channels are being explored, led by the United States. Envoys for former President Trump have reportedly met with Ukrainian and Russian officials, hinting at a possible path to peace. But the gulf between the sides remains vast. Russia demands Ukraine cede occupied territories, while Ukraine insists on restoring its borders and securing long-term guarantees. The timing of Russia's attacks on Odesa may be an attempt to strengthen its negotiating position by inflicting maximum pain. This brutal leverage aims to force Kyiv to the table in a weakened state. For Ukraine and its allies, only strength can lead to a just peace. Negotiations must come from resilience, not desperation. The shadow of these talks hangs over the battlefield, making the fight for Odesa even more critical. The assault on Odesa is a microcosm of the war, a battle for geography, economics, and the soul of a nation. For Russia, Odesa is the final piece to landlock and cripple Ukraine, asserting dominance over the Black Sea. For Ukraine, Odesa is the economic lung and a symbol of its European future. Losing Odesa would mean losing a vital part of Ukrainian identity and the ability to rebuild. The city's fate now hangs in the balance, determined by missiles, drones, and the will to endure. International support, air defenses, and economic aid could decide whether Odesa survives. The battle for Odesa is a test of endurance, technology, and global resolve. As bombs fall this Christmas Eve, the world watches, hoping the lights of Odesa will not be extinguished.